Hi everyone, welcome back to Talk Tottenham. Let's try to predict Ange Postecoglou's starting 11 for Spurs versus Nottingham Forest on Sunday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now, when predicting this lineup, we have to take into account any fatigue. And normally, when we have a midweek to weekend game, rotation is always a possibility to give a freshen up to the team for the tired legs from such a short turnaround. However, this midweek match was on Tuesday and our weekend match is on Sunday. So it's not a Wednesday, Saturday quick turnaround. There is time for the players to rest up, and Ange shouldn't be worried too much about tired legs. And we also have no game next midweek. So there's really no need to protect the players too much unless they're carrying an actual injury. So having said that, I'm actually going to predict that we'll play the same 11 as we did against West Ham. Now, yes, it wasn't a perfect performance. In the final third, we really lacked cutting edge against a really organised, defensive, low block of a West Ham team. And we also look vulnerable on set pieces and a few times on the counter-attack. But I think Ange will try and rectify those issues using the same 11 rather than making any changes. The one change I think Ange would have made would have been Richarlison to come in up front and Son to move out to the left-hand side. However, Richarlison is out of this match. That's not an option for him. Son found it very hard to get into the game playing as a number 9 against a deep West Ham team. However, in this match, there's not really another option without Richarlison. We could play Timo Werner there, but he's shown that he's not a clinical forward. He's far more effective on the wing where he can hug the touchline, try and beat his man and get a decent cross in. Ange plays a lot with first-time finishes for his forwards. It's a big part of his tactics. We've seen it many times with our wingers hitting it and the strikers being expected to hit it first time. That is really not Timo's game, and Son is fantastic at that if he gets the chances. So I'm still going to stick with Son up front and Brennan Johnson on the right. On the left, Timo was also very ineffective in that game, apart from right at the beginning where he did well to make the assist for our opening goal, where he got past the man, put a brilliant cross in, and Johnson could tap it in. However, there's a lack of options on the left, seeing as now Son is being used up front. Ange clearly doesn't rate Bryan Hill. Solomon is injured. Perisic has been sold. So there's really not many other options he has there, unless he wants to play Kulusevski. Now, Kulu was dropped for our last match, and I can't see him coming back in on the right wing with Brennan Johnson doing so well in our last 2 games. Kulusevski actually came on and played as a 10 as a substitute, taking Maddison's role, where he didn't really have an impact on the game. There was that frustrating moment at the end when we had a really good counter opportunity and he went for a very ambitious pass to Richarlison and got cut out. We could play Kulu out there. We haven't really seen much of Kulusevski as a left winger, so that could be an option to play him there. But I'm going to stick with Timo Werner, especially for the pace that he offers us. In midfield, Maddison, even though he didn't have his most effective game, we did lose creativity when he was taken off against West Ham, and I can't see him being dropped for this game. Bissouma also in the 6th role. Ange has stuck by him despite a dip in form since his early season. Ange clearly believes in him, clearly thinks he's a key player, so I can see him starting again in the 6. The place that's difficult to predict is our number 8 role. Sarr has had the jersey there for quite the large majority of the season. Obviously, Bentancur has been in and out with injuries. Bentancur took his spot there against West Ham. It is worth remembering that Pape Sarr is fasting, so that does inevitably affect energy levels. Bentancur did have a decent game there against West Ham as we dominated possession, and I can see him getting the shirt again. But I think that's a close call between Bentancur and Sarr. And then in defence, I can't see any changes to our regular back four and goalkeeper. I thought Van de Ven was very good at dealing with West Ham's counter-attacks and dealing with the threat of Mikel Antonio. And in particular, Udogie was superb in driving forward with the ball and dealing with Jared Bowen. The one thing Ange might want to think about is how we deal with set pieces. Nottingham Forest are another big, strong, powerful side with Chris Wood up front in really good form. We struggled against West Ham from set pieces. So it might be an idea to bring someone like a Dragusin into the team for his extra strength, but I just can't see him dropping Romero or Van de Ven or going to a back three. What do you think? Who do you think Ange would go with, and who would you start? Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to check out Ange Postecoglou's pre-match press conference and the full team news that I've posted, the links will be in the description. As always, come on you Spurs.